All right, well, next up, I think we should maybe work on the hood here, the hood fenders combination. I realized that if we ever flip the vehicle over like this, we're going to be seeing up into here. And back here are the backs of the polygons. And in a game engine, the backs of the polygons are invisible or you can see through them. So we need to maybe add thickness to the fenders here on either side so that if the vehicle is up like this, we don't see up through that. All right, so if that's what we need to do, how should we do that? We could add the solidify modifier, but one of the problems I think is going to be that we're going to add a whole bunch of polygons in here as well. Here, let me hit the division key on the numpad. And up in here, we'll add a lot of polygons that we don't necessarily need. So what we need to do is figure out how to just add thickness to maybe this area right here and this area over here without adding thickness to all of this. So how do we do that? I think we can use some of the tools we've been using with UV mapping to help us with this. We can't really mirror this over. I mean, I could delete half and just work on one side and then mirror it over, but then we'd mirror this part over to the other side. So we can't do that. We have to deal with it as one whole piece. I could get rid of this. I could say take this piece right here and split it out. So let's just press the L key here and let's press P and separate by selection. And then if we tab back into object mode, we can select this. And now we can get rid of this. So I can select the hood again and hit that division key and it won't come along. So now if we add a solidify modifier, it'll just apply to this, but it'll apply to the whole thing. And we're going to have to figure out how to select all these faces under here and delete them. That's actually quite a big task, but as I said, we can use one of the tools that we've been using to help us. We can use our seams. So first of all, what let's do is come over here and add a solidify modifier. Let's do that. And then we need to make some adjustments here. Let's turn on even thickness. And maybe we could reduce the size of it, maybe down to something like 0.007, at least for me here. And then, now that we've done that, and we've applied that to this whole thing here, now let's click apply here. So now we have this whole thing with thickness. And as I said, we don't want to add this many polygons to our vehicle. We just want to add some along in here so we don't see through it if it flips upside down. And as I said, what we can do is use our seams to block off certain areas, and then we can just use the L key to select within an outline of seams. So let's go ahead and begin by selecting edges all the way around this part of the vehicle. So I'm going to go all the way around here like this. And then we need to come over here and continue those seams on around here like this. And this. Oh, we should come up here. There we go. So we're just trying to connect all of these together. Let me go ahead and press Control E and mark seams so we can see what we have done and what we need to do. Let's come around here. So I need to add seams here. There we go. And so I'm just trying to get the top edge of everything here. Like that. Do we see anything else that needs to be done? Probably over here. I'm sure I missed something. Here we go. Let's do this. Mark seam. Let's grab this and mark seam. And let's do this. Looks like I need one more right up here too. Right here. Okay, so now we have that seam all the way around, so we should be able to hover over down here and press the L key, and it selects everything on the bottom. Okay, that's good. Now what we need to do is split this part out, what we need to keep on the inside. So what we need to keep on the inside is gonna go right in here. So let's Alt-click, Alt-Shift-click this area right here, and this right down here, right? So let's mark that. So now if we select this, I'll just hover over this and press the L key. This is what we want to keep right in here. Oh, now it bled out here to the front, so I need to figure out where that's happening. Oh, it looks like I haven't done an edge right here. So let me Alt-click here, mark seam there. Okay, so now if we hover over this area down here and here, that's what we want to keep as part of this thickness that we've created with the solidify modifier. All right, let's do that on the other side here. Let's Alt-click here, Alt-Shift-click here, on around here, and then let's go ahead and mark that seam. All right, so now if I hover over here and press the L key, well, that's that whole area. I need to figure out why it's bleeding over. Oh, it isn't. Okay, so we've got that. That's good. And then if we hit the L key here, what do we see? Well, it is bleeding over here. So I think the same thing probably as the other side. Yeah, I'll Alt-click this edge and mark seam. So now what I want is I want to see that this and this has been split out completely. Yeah. And I want to see that this and this has been split out completely. Yeah, so we can select those and it isn't going to bleed over into any other parts of the object here. Okay, so that's good. So what we need to do now is select the faces on the bottom that we want to get rid of. So now if I hover over down here and press the L key, how do we do? Is that everything that we want to get rid of? I think so. Yeah, let's take a look at that. I think that's good. So now what we can do is just hit the X key and delete faces. And there we go. Now let's take a look here. We should have this area down here split out. And we could also delete this too here now, couldn't we? So we could hover over and press the L key, and we don't need this part right here. We just need this part in here. So let's delete that. And look over here, yeah. Let's grab this and delete that. So all I've done is just keep these faces here on the inside. That's what I needed to do. I just needed to keep the inside of the solidified faces in here. Now let's go ahead and work on the UV editing part of this. Let's come over to our UV editing tab, and I'll go ahead and hit the division key here. And now we've got quite a few edges on here already. We could use some of these, but some of these we don't need here. Let me clear these seams here up front. These happened when I selected the edges on the bottom. Let's clear those. All right. So now if we select this up here, that's just that area right there. That's not a bad area to UV map there, but I think we ought to go ahead and extend edges along here like this, and also go ahead and select or create seams right along here as well. Oh, we don't need them all the way down here. Yeah, let me undo that. We don't need them to go all the way to here. We just need them to go like this and maybe like this here. There we go. I never did get these. Let's go ahead and grab those. And let's go ahead and grab these here. And we'll Alt-click this. Yeah, see, that extends that all the way down, and I don't want that. Let's begin over here and just select them individually like this. There we go. And these edges right on the curve, we need those. All right, let's see how this works, actually. We could maybe just select the whole thing and press U and unwrap. And It's not bad, actually. The headlights are a bit problematic. We should probably break those out. Those are pulling a little bit too much. So let's Alt-click that, mark a seam in there, and let's do the same thing in here. There we go. And we can break those out. Now, this could probably be broken out as well while we're at it, right in here. Let's do that. All right, let's take a look at it now. We'll hit A, U, and unwrap. There we go. It's broken these out from the front, but they're also on the inside here. And that's okay. That doesn't matter to us in here. But maybe we should do one more thing out here with the grill here. Let's maybe select everything around the grill like this, and let's mark seams here. There we go. All right. Select it all, hit U and unwrap. Yeah, that's pretty good. So that broke out those pieces as well in here. What we can do now is add our UV test pattern, go to our look dev, and see how it looks. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Those are all pretty evenly spaced. I think that's good. Let's hit the division key and go back. And in the next video, we'll begin working on this area up here with the front bumper.